I'm going to tell you guys right now. And yesterday I was exhausted from it because I don't know what else there is to say. And I feel like the audience is exhausted from it. Honestly, Warrior fans just are kind of just over it. Draymond got ejected, and some people made a big deal about it. And it was just like, it's not going to be the last time he gets ejected or the last time he picks up a technical foul. Now, this morning, the way I felt about the situation is, how does Steph Curry get lumped into this situation where all of a sudden his leadership is becoming questioned because Draymond Green got ejected out of the basketball game? Was Steph Curry supposed to grab him by the arms and drag him over there? Draymond Green is a grown-ass man who's been in the league for over a decade. Over a decade.
Let me play the devil's advocate.
Okay.
This is not how I feel. But I think that there is an impression from people in the know, not just maybe your average fan, but Steph's co-signing for a lot of this, and he signs up to be with Draymond. So in a roundabout way, he's part of the problem. I think that's unfair, but I think that's the implied portion of this.
So he co-signs Draymond getting ejected.
No, co-signs him being on the team. So you dance with the devil, and don't be surprised when this happens. I guess is the way that, I'm not saying I subscribe to that. I'm just saying that's what people would say.
Are we sure Steph Curry co-signed or Steve Curry co-signed for Draymond Green being re-signed?
I don't know.
Because the only reason why I asked that, is because Joe Lacob was sitting to my left, to your right, and he was live in studio for an hour. And we asked him. I think I asked him, was there any concern about Draymond Green moving on in free agency?
Mm-hmm.
He goes, look, you never know. But he drove down to my house. We had dinner. We had lunch. So it sounded like they were dealing with each other with the negotiations. Now, I could be, again, I don't want to speculate. I don't want to assume anything. But the fact is, he went to Lakers' house, and they talked it out, and he got the $100 million contract.
A year ago, if he had walked in free agency, what do you think the average Warrior fans, would they be happy or sad? Or not happy, but would they be...
Conflicted.
Okay, conflicted?
Conflicted.
Okay.
Because you know why? Yeah. We went to Bon Vino in Walnut Creek for our first Warrior Summit.
Mm-hmm.
And it was unbelievable. It was a great turnout. We had a lot of fun.
That was fun.
That was a lot of fun. But remember the crowd reaction to when we brought up Draymond Green after that season was over. Everybody in that building was down on Draymond.
Yes.
Down on him. I was like, wow. This may be the offseason they move on.
Yeah.
And then we fast forward to the next summit before this season. We're out there at San Leandro at Fieldwork Brewing House. And I said, so how are we feeling about Draymond Green this time around? And he got a standing ovation damn near.
It was crazy.
So we love Draymond. Like, we all love Draymond Green, the player, going on the court, helping you win 4 championships. What we don't like is all the extra stuff, right?
It just feels like, to me,
it bakes into it. But the audience, it does feel like that we're just kind of fatigued from the same things happening over and over and over again.
Like, I can think of, it just in my sports radio listening in my mind, there are certain topics that and things that happen where we talk them into, all right, I'm done, which was the steroid era, Joe Paterno. You know what I mean? There are certain topics, Kaepernick, regarding just the kneeling, not even Kaepernick if he can play or not.
Right. It's kneeling for the national anthem.
I was exhausted with the entire conversation. You bring it up, and I'm like, I can't run to the radio quick enough to turn it off. Jimmy Garoppolo, I think toward the end, not the final season, but leading up to the year before.
That's all we talked about.
It was
God. Oh my God.
And now I do feel like Draymond has reached that point. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people still want to talk about it, but it feels like to me, it's now becoming all right, you're talking about a topic that I can't hear about anymore.
You're exhausted.
Yes.
Because people want to get up in the morning, they want to feel good, right? Especially on this show.
Exactly.
You want to feel good. You want to smile. You want to feel good about the Warriors. And they're playing the Hornets today. They have a chance to improve to 3-1 on this 5-game road trip and get into this play-in tournament and see what happens. And Andrew Wiggins is playing better. And Klay Thompson is playing better. You're watching Trace Jackson-Davis and Kuminga Ascend as young players here. I mean, yes, people are tired of it. And I felt it yesterday. I was exhausted, but you look nationally, right? Every show nationally led off with that topic, Draymond Green getting ejected. Everybody did. ESPN, Fox Sports, you name it. Everybody did. our shows did, because the business model of our business or of what we do is the boss man's going to say, you need to play the hits. Play the hits. So right now, what he felt was hitting was Draymond Green getting ejected from the game. And I just felt, just from working the post-game show, we were just kind of like halftime, we didn't even bring up the ejection. We didn't even bring up that he was ejected. We just kind of score stats. Bully had the funny line, saying, hey, I just want to see NBA basketball. Then after the game, obviously, we touch on it, and we keep it moving. I felt exhausted then. But then I knew, damn, at 6 in the morning, people were going to want to talk about Draymond Green getting ejected 3 minutes and 36 seconds into the game. And I had a feeling that it would pivot towards Steph Curry's not a leader. Steph Curry's not this. I thought Steph Curry, one of the more underrated things about the Jordan Poole situation is Steph Curry going to the podium and defending Jordan Poole, saying, look, what happened was not right. Stop slandering Jordan Poole. Yeah. Stop it. Remember he went at Chris Haynes, basically said, stop with the narratives. Stop with the cap. That's not what happened. So I don't know what more do you want from Steph? Steph Curry's right there. Chris Paul's right there. You said Steph Curry's personal security guard and the security with the Golden State Warriors. He's right there. Brendan Podziemski's right there. What do you want Steph to do in that situation? Honestly. Draymond's been in the league for 12 years.
I'll tell you, you know why the Giants topic for a lot of people is refreshing, or even the 49ers? Because you're talking about the actual in-game product. And I feel like when the Warriors were really good and humming, we were talking about the on-court, in-game product. And when people get fatigued, it's all the extra stuff.
Right.
You know, like the relationship dynamic between Durant and Draymond, or Durant and Steph, or, it's just all the stuff that's not the actual games. And I know that that's the stuff that people click on and it generates a lot of buzz. But me as a Warrior fan, I just want to watch these guys play ball, and we're spending way too much time talking about emotions and ejections and leadership and leadership.
I just want to talk about the game.
And we've completely overshadowed. Wow, Podziemski's having one of the better rookie seasons a Warriors have really had in 20 years.
Trace Jackson Davis too.
A monster. Kuminga's having a come of age year.
That's such a great point. Outside of Stephen Curry, because even Clay's rookie year, we were kind of scratching our head. Draymond didn't play much his rookie year. But you're spot on. Podziemski, Trace Jackson Davis, under these circumstances.
Having a great year.
Of trying to integrate with guys who have won championships and played at the highest level. And they're asked, hey, you need to catch up. You need to get up to speed here with us. We're trying to hang a banner. You guys are rookies. We don't care.
But it's lost in the sauce. It's not lost on me. I'm seeing young players contribute. It's been incredible to watch that. Like, now there's a bigger story regarding the team and competing, and obviously Steph Curry, you're playing with a rock star. I mean, you're playing with the Beatles, and so, I get it, but there's so many interesting storylines on this team to talk about. Getting ejected 4 minutes into a game, to me as a Warrior fan, I throw my hands up. I'm like, if it was one time a year, all right, we could talk. It's like, can we just play ball?
Right.
Can we just play ball? Right. And lost in the game against Orlando and Miami, I thought the fourth quarter offensive execution, they're starting to iron out some of the stuff that has ailed them in the games that they've blown. They're getting good looks. They're getting stops defensively. They're sharing the ball. They're taking good shots. They're moving the ball around and not settling for a late possession, what I call a prayer, and you're getting good looks around the rim because teams are running you off the three-point line, and you're moving backdoor. You're moving without the ball.
Right.
I'm seeing a smart basketball team start to kind of slowly come out of this horrible funk, and it's like, okay, maybe they have something here.
I'm going to peel back the curtain here. I'm not sure I should, but it's a Friday, and people will forget about it by Monday. That's my hope. So I'm seeing a lot of, you guys don't really have to talk about Draymond Green. You don't have to talk about Draymond Green. You really don't have to talk about Draymond Green. Now, just think about ESPN. Their bosses are going in there. They're looking around the sports scene and go, oh, Draymond got ejected again. That's what we're leading with. You could think Steve Na's making all the money in the world. Boss man is saying, we need to talk about this.
Yeah, you're clicking on that video or whatever it is.
We got to hear more.
Yeah, no one wants to hear about the first and third where the Giants let a guy steal and it bounced off Nick Ahmed's chest.
So when it comes to us, sure, I would love not to spend 4 hours a day talking about Draymond Green getting ejected. But I can guarantee you, and I don't even know this, I have no idea, but I guarantee you it's a part of our boss, Matt Nahigan, when we were talking Giants yesterday for about 45 minutes and the Draymond Green stuff was coming out, I bet you he was cringing because I know Matt Deegan very well. I know how he thinks. And he probably was not happy with this talking Giants baseball for 45 minutes when Draymond Green stuff was lingering and then the phone lines were hot and the text messages were hot.
And he's doing Bleacher Report live.
And he's doing Bleacher Reports lives. We were fatigued on Draymond Green. I wanted to bring some happiness to the show. You did too. Opening day, new baseball season. What else can we say about Draymond Green getting ejected? We're tired of it. Oh, my God. He's going to get a second chance. He's going to get a third chance. He's already got those chances. It is what it is.
But I think that's my big thing as a Warrior fan. I feel like I get angry and sad, like both, when these things happen. Because it's like, dude, come on, man. Can we just talk about like the games and the stuff?
No, we
just want a back-to-back. No, I agree with you.
We can't.
But like, if we talk like, hey, fourth quarter execution, 888-957-9570.
No calls.
No calls. The second we go, Draymond Green said X, Y, and Z or did X, Y, and Z, boom. I mean, B, for a long time, even after Durant left, we used to joke about it. Did you like Kevin Durant? 888-957-9570. And the phone lines would light up.
Just go crazy. They just go crazy. We brought up, it was a great litmus test.
It really was.
Test. A few weeks ago, it's maybe right around the holidays, we brought up, let's appreciate Steph Curry's greatness.
Yes.
We got maybe 4 calls in 2 hours about Steph Curry's greatness. One of the, probably the most beloved athlete in Bay Area sports history. 4 calls. Something happened later that day that has something to do with drama, and the lines lit up.
It went crazy.
We talked about Boss and Chief the other day. Hey, Boss. Hey, Chief. Hey, that's not my guy. That's my guy. The lines blew up.
We had like 30 calls.
So basically what I'm saying is, sometimes you got to do what the business says you got to do.
Exactly.
And sometimes a lot of people like drama. A lot of people enjoy this Draymond stuff. A lot of people love the gossip nature of the NBA that's become right now.
Well, it's not just the NBA. Just look around life right now. Right. What's going on? Like, and I know you don't want to talk about it, but like the Puffy thing, the P. Diddy thing, whatever the heck he's called with Sean Combs, like it's everywhere.
Right.
You think people are clicking on like the cat saved from a tree video or the random Puffy videos?
Right.
People are clicking on the Puffy videos.
So I'll just say this as we peel the curtain back when it comes to Draymond Green stuff. And I'm not saying our boss to tell us, hey, you can talk about whatever you want to talk about. Well, if the numbers don't reflect that, then guess who's getting chewed out? Guess who's getting cursed out? And guess who may be out of a job? These 2 guys right now talking to you. Joe Shaskin, the Butcher, and Bonte Hill. So,
do you think Jake Paul is a good boxer?
No, absolutely not.
But people are going to tap into his fights, right?
They're going to tap in.
I mean, and it's because of the whole celebrity, the talks, the smack talk, everything that he's doing. And so I think that the Draymond stuff has now gone down that rabbit hole where I look at him more now. It's like just the whole entity. It's the podcasting. Yep. It's everything he's going to do. What's he going to do next? Who knows? And I'd be lying to you if I didn't say I wasn't completely exhausted by the whole thing.
By the way, I gotta mention this real quick because I had some friends text me about this. Now, the rescheduled Dallas game at home is coming up on Tuesday, April 2nd.
Okay.
I had some friends buy some tickets on StubHub, and they messed up the date for that rescheduled game, and it says April 5th rather than April 2nd. And fans bought tickets for it. I asked some friends to do that. So, it's a good learning lesson to make sure to go to Warriors.com. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right, seriously, seriously, go to Warriors.com for that.
He deserved it.
Because we're getting I just got a text right now. Friends are like, yo, can you do this? Because we got some tickets on StubHub. It has the wrong date about the rescheduled game against Dallas. And StubHub is giving out the wrong date. So I don't want you to be screwed out of going to a game. So save yourself a headache. Just go to Warriors.com. Everything's verified. The dates are right. Go to Warriors.com. Because I got some friends screwed up here with this rescheduled game. That's all I'm saying. I know it was kind of a pivot there, but it's got a couple texts. I wanted to get that out.
Oh, it's interesting.
How about Warrior fans?
Yeah.
Go to Warriors.com. Ben in Castro Valley. It's happening.
Hi, Ben.
Hey, what's up, fellas? Hey, you guys are saying how Dre's kind of overshadowing Podziemski and J.K. seasons and all that, and we don't want to be talking about Dre all the time, but Dre's got to keep that in mind. His antics are really overshadowing his teammates' success this year, and someone's got to talk to him about that.
It's undeniable, and to me it feels, I use the S word, selfish, because when you put yourself ahead of the team and you're supposed to be team glue guy, like you're completely contradicting yourself.
Yeah.
And look, if you do it one time or 2 times over the length of multiple years, all right, stuff happens. I don't expect everyone to be perfect every day. Like, we're all reasonable.
Right.
Come on. I think we've gone beyond the point of reasonable this year.
Well, here's Joe Lacob when he joined us live in studio before the season. We asked him about Draymond, whether or not there was any concern about him moving on in free agency. Here's Lacob's answer.
I was pretty convinced he'd be back, to be honest. But to sit here and I can't lie. I mean, there was a possibility he could have left, certainly. He had another opportunity that he's talked about, possibly to move. But I think he wanted to be back, and we wanted to be back, and we had the resources to do it. It just had to make sense. Mm-hmm. And he came to my house. We had a long discussion about it, one-on-one. I was pretty convinced we're going to be able to get it done.
And they got it done.
Did you hear Steiny yesterday?
No.
Steiny, and I don't want to put words.
I heard a lot of their show, but what part?
Okay, well, I don't want to put words in his mouth.
I hate to agree with Steinmetz.
I do agree with Steinmetz. Me and Steiny don't see eye to eye on everything, but when he says something that I agree with, I like to bring it to air because I find him to be a thinker. He was basically saying that it's his belief that Joe Lacob maybe might have overrode some of the other decisions within the organization to maintain to retain Draymond Green. And not that Dunleavy, I think Dunleavy and Curry, he was saying they could go either way with it. Right. And
Steve Kerr as well.
Yeah, and that this is his feeling. He feels this way. And whether it's true or not, he's not sure, but this is the way he feels. And I'm kind of with him on this one where it does feel like things were up in the air. And then because the owner owns the team, it's his decision. Yeah. Fine, he wants to keep the guy, no problem. Let's do it. But, I'd love to know, and they'll never give us the answer. They've got to regret that decision.
I don't know if they regret it, but it was an inflection point for their organization. And to me, I don't even want to speculate, but I don't know how many players go to the owner's house and during negotiations to have dinner with him.
I don't know.
Curry wasn't there. Kerr wasn't there. I don't know. I don't know. But maybe there was some thought.
Well,
maybe there was some thought. Maybe everybody wasn't on board. Maybe everybody wasn't on board.
We always go to the Bill Walsh theory. That this is what everyone always says. You get rid of him a year early as opposed to a year late. That's what everyone always says. But yet the fans, a lot of them, are unwilling to move off of a player that they really love and have emotional ties to with lots of championships. Yeah. We always say that after the fact, but in real time, retain Crawford, retain, Thompson, retain loyalty, Draymond Green.
Loyalty. Yeah, you don't want to see it broken up.
Exactly.
Because we romanticize about sports.
Exactly. And I look at this situation as wow, this is one of the pretty obvious times you held on 1 year too many.
Maybe. It just maybe did. Maybe he turns it around. I don't know. Let's go to Rob and San Bruno. Rob, what's happening?
What's going on?
What's up, Rob? Is downfall near, Rob?
Not for the Warriors. It's different for the Warriors. Cause I don't know why Warrior fans acting mad. Y'all got 4 championships. If y'all told me in year 2001 that the Warriors would have 4 championships in 2020, whatever year this is, 2024, yeah, I'd have said I'm taking that bet. So Warrior fans, be grateful. But look, Curry, I don't want to hear nothing. You know why? Because they allowed this stuff to happen all through the year, so don't cry about it now. We move on to the next game.
I hear you, Rob. I hear you. Here's a fan reaction at the summit.
Was that Robin San Bruno, Lions / Kings fan, Rob?
The downfall is coming, and it's coming hard.
I love
the downfall is near.
What happened at the summit?
The downfall is near, and it's coming hard.
So I asked the fans whether or not you want Draymond back. Because after the first summit at Buonvino, fans are very down on Draymond Green. Very down. Mm-hmm. Here's the reaction to San Leandro, Fieldwork Brewhouse.
By a show of noise, do you want Draymond Green on this team next year? Say yes.
Okay.
Do you want to move on from Draymond Green next year? That is interesting.
That's Buonvino. That's Buonvino, the first summit we did.
Okay.
In Walnut Creek.
Louder ovations for moving on from Draymond.
Right. In San Leandro, it completely flipped.
Interesting.
It completely flipped.
Because I do feel like the average Warrior fan at the beginning of the year was like, let Clay walk. Let Clay walk. Got to have Draymond. And then you ask them today, and it's like, I think you got to keep Clay and move off of Draymond. It's crazy how it's flipped.
Buonvino was a week after they had just gotten eliminated, too.
By the LA Lakers. Here's my thing. Take the names off the jersey. What do you value more in this league right now? Do you need shooting Or do you need a guy who's a great communicator on defense, who's a very good defender, Draymond Green? You need shooting in this league. I'm taking the shooter because the game is about getting buckets, especially today in the NBA. All right, we'll do Caller of the Week later on, Lubman.